Alright guys, just real quick, 22B Maverick here. I'm going to do a quick tour of the universe in my Freelancer. And in the meantime, I'm going to talk a little bit about some rumors I've heard about the progression of the game and where it could be going next. So, just real quick, I did hear that coming up, they'll be addressing the new aspect of the game that's based around survival. Where possibly you can build on planets, which is something I was really hoping for, or possibly, you know, it definitely adds a whole new aspect. So if you get stranded on a planet, or whatever the case may be, you can even call a planet home and build your own space there. So that's one of the pretty neat aspects of this game that I didn't even think they would include on top of the first-person shooter. And it makes it much like most of the other games that I've been playing, like Rust, or I hate to even compare this to Rust, but it's a whole new aspect of the game that I just didn't think would even exist. So if that's true, it just hypes this game even more. Again, I'm going to go to one of my favorite ships, the Freelancer. I don't know if this is the ship I'll be starting with, but for now it looks like it's going to be that way. I do have the Freelancer DUR, but right now it is not flight ready. So now again, I'm not the best pilot in the world, but what I'll be doing here today is just showing you a few different aspects of the game you may know, if you might not know. So for those of you who've never played this game before, it's definitely worth a $15 investment, and that's $15, 15. Always do your pre-flight checks. Make sure your exterior doors are closed. On this one, I have 2 exterior doors, and most vessels have at least 2. This is how I open my exterior doors. Always make sure you have your spacesuit on before going into outer space, obviously. Alright. So everything's a go. Preparing for takeoff. Landing gears up. Alright guys, let's do a quick tour again. Super excited about the upcoming stuff for this game. I'm ready for the new update to come out, which we're not sure exactly when that's going to happen yet, but I do know it's supposed to happen relatively soon, from which you'll be able to land on the procedural planets and do different things like that. My first stop's going to be a Cryo station. I'm going to go ahead and quantum travel to this Cryo. Now the Cryo station is where you're going to be doing all of your repairs, reloading. I do know they have mobile ships that allow you to do so, to repair on the fly. But the survival mode makes the whole aspect of keeping your ship intact even better, because if you do crash land on a planet, you're going to have to survive there until you can get off that planet. So also it makes like mining colonies and stuff like that a little bit more of a reality. They're just going for a whole new feel in this game, and I think it's probably one of the coolest things I've ever even heard of. Again, this is the Cryo station. So you want to do is find a place to dock. You want to come in pretty slow. Usually when you put your landing gear out, that's usually going to be the case. So navigate into this here. So right there, what I did is just engage the autopilot. I know they've done a lot of work on this just so you can land efficiently.
Request to land approved. Autopilot on.
Sometimes if it doesn't work the first go round, you have to re-engage it. I guess I'm not low enough for it to actually work, so.
Request to land approved. Autopilot on.
There we go. So right now my autopilot's guiding me into the Cryastro station. Now you are vulnerable at these Cryastro stations, so be very careful, watch your surroundings, check your radar. Make sure you don't get any unwanted visitors in the meantime.
Landing successful.
Let's get you filled up. Your ship's all ready to fly. Good luck out there, and remember, next time you're running low, we'll take care of you at Cryastro.
Pretty cool. Again, you are vulnerable, so be careful. Make sure you don't get attacked while you're on the repair. In fact, it's always best that if you do have a battle buddy that they patrol the skies, or the space if you will. Make sure that there's no one out there that's going to be attacking you while you're repairing shifts. Always do your pre-flight, make sure you don't pick up any additional visitors or passengers while you're on there, because once you're in space they can take over your ship if you don't know they're there. Alright, we're good for a go.
Systems on. Launch sequence complete. Landing successful. Landing gear up.
Alright, now we're ready for our next stop. I'm just going to take you to a few key places here. The comm rays, if those get shut off, then you definitely want to be careful, because that means there's enemy nearby, usually pirates. There's Port Olisar, where I know you can pick up some different stuff. Multiple comm rays, and you can even do some exploration on your own. First things first, I'll go to Yellow, which is an asteroid belt. Some people don't know this, but you can actually use your drive to just get out into space if you have to get away.
Quantum travel engaged.
You don't have to pick any certain spot, those are just points of interest. You have to refuel your quantum drive as well, so you also want to keep that in mind. Now, these asteroids, you definitely don't want to run into them, because you will damage your ship, if not destroy it. So be very careful navigating the asteroid belt. Alright guys, so my next stop's going to be, now the security post, you definitely want to be careful at the security post. That's a pretty well known battleground, so. Now if there's a planet in the way, it will stop you just short of the planet. So there is somebody here. I'm feeling a little naughty myself, so. In fact, it's probably time that I get out of here. Here's a probe. That's going to be one of the missions available to you right now. And that probe is probably going to be some kind of intel where you have to go in the zero gravity spacewalk to go find that intel. All of your missions can be found by pressing F1 on your keyboard.
Test center. Random ship. Come in, random ship. Hi. Welcome to the neighborhood. Second class junior cartographer Tessa Bannister reporting in. I'm the eyes behind all the ICC scan probes in the area. What these little guys see, I see. Which, yes, means I can totally see you. Right now. Anyway, there was actually a reason to why I conned. I'm sort of not allowed to leave my post, or jump point scanning at all. So, I was hoping you might be able to help me with something. If you have a second, could you check out these coordinates? Scans are saying something's there, but can't ID it.
So what she's asking me to do basically right now is to check out some coordinates from which a signal is coming from. I'm not going to do that right this second because that kind of takes me off mission at the moment. I do know the shipping hub's a pretty good spot for hand-to-hand combat, if you will. There's always something going on there, which I'm probably going to try to get out of there pretty quickly. I'm just going to stop by just to show you what it is. I believe it's a downed space station, or a space station that's been left in ruins. There's usually an enemy at this one. Always a good time if you're looking for a fight. And also, I believe it's also there has some stores there where you can buy gear. Our next stop is Security Post Kara. It's possible that I just hit a planet, just stopped short of the post. Which looks like that might be the case. In this case it's obstructed, probably by a planet that I can't see just yet. Always keep a close eye on your... This is actually one of the planets, it looks like, Selin. Always keep a close eye on your fuel for your quantum drive. You will need to go refuel at some point. It's always safe to keep a pretty fair amount. Sometimes if a point's blocked, you want to go try to do one that's nearby it, or possibly that would get you around that. It's always a good idea to have another destination in mind in case there is enemies at the one you're at. Again, another cool aspect of this game that I just found out about is survival. I think that's really gonna do wonders for this game and add a whole new element that's gonna vastly expand the possibilities of this game. It's more than just a first-person shooter. It's more than just a space exploration game. It's an actual full game. I mean, they're thinking of everything on this one, pulling out all the stops. hands down one of the coolest games I've ever been excited about, at least. I know it's been in the works and people have their doubts, but I do believe that whenever this one's finished, that it's going to be something to invest in. I mean, it feels like an investment at this point. I'm really looking into some bigger ships myself. I don't know when I'll be getting those ships, or by which means. I'm sure at some point you can earn those ships. And what I'm trying to do right now is actually, okay, I'm going to take his warning and stay out of it. But those were his pirates. They had locked onto me.
Fly off, Civvy. It's not your business.
Quantum travel engaged. Contact received.
Not something I really want to be a part of at the moment. So here we are back at home base, if you will, for now. I want to find a good landing spot, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely check out Around the Verse, where you can get the most current information on Star Ctizen. A lot of exciting stuff happening right now in the universe of Star Ctizen and the development. And they've been doing a lot to try to keep everybody posted. They're trying to be as transparent as possible about the status of Star Ctizen. Again, guys, this is 22B Maverick. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Any feedback is always appreciated. I appreciate every last one of you, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. 22B Maverick out.